I'm Taylor Brock. Merrily is away today. It's Friday, January 2nd, 2026. Today, lights back on.
When water freezes, it expands, and when it expands, it breaks all those lines.
As the Northern First Nation regains power after days in the dark, it's now plagued with another challenge. Also today, a frightening robbery. A New Year's Day robbery at one Winnipeg restaurant and the unusual theft. Plus, transit and traffic tweaks. Changes to transit and crosswalks being considered by the city, including to a frequent express route. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Power is gradually being restored to Pimachikamak Cree Nation, but the First Nations chief says they're not out of the woods.
Right now, as we are energizing more homes and so forth, the sad reality is that the prediction we had for leakage from the pipes and all the faucets, all the damage from the cold is actually starting to show itself now in the community.
Chief David Monia says the power outage, which began Sunday night, damaged water pipes, saying they froze in homes. He says the northern community has 1,300 houses, but only 8 plumbers. Monia says more plumbers are coming in from as far as Saskatoon to fix the damage.
We're asking for plumbers, additional people to come in and assess. They have to assess what what the infrastructure looks like. What does that? What's the water and sewer pipes look like? Where is it leaking? Can it be fixed? And the house should be fixed, because we don't just want a Band-Aid solution. And so we're asking for expertise. Families are free.
Monia says there's still around 2,000 evacuees that left Pimachikamak because of this power outage. He says power has been restored to almost all of the homes, but residents won't be asked to return until it's safe. CTV's Joseph Bernacki has been checking in on the situation. He'll show more details from Manitoba Hydro on its push to turn the lights back on tonight at 6 o'clock. A rural fire chief says a snowmobiler is lucky to be alive after falling through the ice in southeastern Manitoba.
This gentleman was operating a snowmobile at night on the Winnipeg River, and where he ventured, he drove his machine into some open water. So it was wide open water, and that area has a lot of current.
Earl Simmons, chief of the Lac du Bonny Fire Department, says the department was called to a water rescue on New Year's Eve at 8:30 p.m. He says an area resident witnessed a snowmobiler drive into open water just south of Lac du Bonny. When fire crews arrived, the man was clinging to the edge of the ice in the open water.
Everybody had to respond for their home, come to the hall here, get changed up, and then head out there, put on the protective gear in order to go out and rescue him and get the rescue ropes, and then crawl along the ice to get close to him and be able to pull him in for safety.
He says the man was suffering from hypothermia and was cared for at a nearby residence. The man was then transported to a healthcare facility. CTV's Harrison Shin will have more details on the risky rescue coming up at 6. A man is facing charges following a frightening robbery at a fast food restaurant near CF Pullet Park. Police say it happened yesterday afternoon when a suspect allegedly demanded money and threatened to shoot the employees at this A&W near St. James Street. Police say he then went behind the counter and, after being unable to open the cash register, stole burgers and fries that were still cooking. The employees retreated to safety and no one was hurt. Officers caught up with him not long after, finding him on a transit bus eating the food. A 29-year-old man is charged with robbery and possession of property obtained by crime. Changes to how you get around the city are under consideration over at City Hall. It's now looking to roll out leading pedestrian intervals at signalized crosswalks across the city. This system lets pedestrians get a head start crossing the street before the lights turn green for vehicles. They were implemented throughout the downtown early in 2025, and the public service says it resulted in fewer near misses between pedestrians and vehicles and no noticeable change to traffic congestion. The public service would still need to do a study to find out which crossings outside of downtown would benefit the most from the new system. The city is looking to add 27 40-foot battery and fuel cell battery buses to its fleet for a cost of $51 million. The Public Service says there's already room in the budget for 25 new buses, and if some other projects have leftover money, it could add 2 more. The buses would be coming from New Flyer Industries, which has delivered several of these buses in previous years as the city slowly transitions its fleet to zero-emission buses. And Councillor Russ Wyatt has put forward a motion to reroute the FX3 bus line, which has been causing headaches for some folks in Transcona. Wyatt's motion is asking for the route to be sent down Day Street and Kildare Avenue East instead of Victoria Avenue East, where people have complained about buses rattling their houses and cracks forming in their foundations. Wyatt is also asking the Public Service to report back on possible safety improvements for Victoria Avenue in 2 months rather than 8. All 3 of those motions will be considered at next week's Public Works Committee meeting. 2 more members of the Winnipeg Jets are heading to the Olympics.
Brindley, Olafson, shot, good stop by Hellebuck, loose in front, he spun around, no whistle yet.
Netminder Connor Hellebuck and forward Kyle Connor have been named to the U.S. men's hockey team for the Milano Cortina Olympics next month. Other Jets competing at the Olympics this year include Josh Morrissey for Team Canada and Nino Niederreiter, who will represent Switzerland. Men's hockey at the Olympics runs February 11th to 22nd. If you're looking for another reason to dig out your skates, you can take them for a spin at the Assiniboine Park Duck Pond. The Assiniboine Park Conservancy also says the Duck Pond shelter is open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. It has access to washrooms and a place to warm up and rest. Visitors are reminded that hockey sticks and pucks are not permitted, and guests must stay off the ice during maintenance. And it didn't take long for people to lace up for the Nestawaya River Trail's grand opening.
The best thing about the Nestawaya River Trail is the fact that it's a completely new way to look at the city. You know, we kind of, or myself personally, shy away from winter, and this is a way to get out and embrace it, and you get to see a city from a whole new angle.
Yesterday, about 50 people showed up to the River Trail at the Forks as it opened for the season. Right now, only a section of the annual River Trail is open. However, more are expected to open on the Red and Assiniboine rivers as weather allows. You can check which section is open by viewing their website, theforks.com. And speaking of weather, CTV weather specialist Colleen Brady joins us with the first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. Colleen, what are we seeing?
Well, first of all, I just saw that lovely figure skating that you saw there for a moment there, looking out
Beautiful.
at the Nestawaya Trail. I would be remiss if I didn't point out how impressive that was. Not so impressive, the cold. Yeah, it's the beginning of January. What do you expect? Well, just like we were talking about earlier this week, Taylor, you know, way back in 2025, the atmospheric setup over the prairies has just been sending waves of snow heading our way. Well, no different as we start off this year, 2026. There's more snow headed towards southern Manitoba. I'll show you when it arrives, how much is on the way, and when the next round of snow will be coming to you. But first, the CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution. Let's take a look right now at the current conditions. It is -16 in Winnipeg, partly cloudy. With the wind chill, it feels like -22. Winds out of the west at 16 kilometers an hour. The pressure's steady and the humidity is 68%. Out in traffic, it is busy. A lot of folks still on vacation, but a lot of folks are out on the roads as well. Busy look there at Kenniston and Sterling Line Parkway.
I love to see my friends taking on this challenge and not being at home.
Coming up, why some are taking to cold water across the country to celebrate the new year. Stay with us.
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Denison Mines shares gained more than 14% today, the biggest intraday gain since October. The reason? The uranium exploration company has reported it is ready to begin the construction of its flagship Phoenix uranium mine. The company has confirmed an expected 2-year construction timeline. Regulatory approvals are in the process and production could begin by mid-2028. Denison warns, however, total costs for the project are now estimated to be $20 20% higher at more than $500 million. And here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to $72.84. West Texas Intermediate is down to $57.29. Western Canadian Select also ended the day lower at $43.83. And the TSX gained 170 points today, closing at 31,883. And those are your business headlines. I'm Lindsay Biscaya.
Market Watch is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Group health plans for any size business.
The pay gap between Canada's top CEOs and the average worker continues to get wider. A new Canadian Centre for Policy Alternatives report shows 100 of Canada's highest paid CEOs made an average of $16.2 million in 2024. That's about 248 times more than the average Canadian worker and surpasses the previous record of $14.9 million set in 2022. The CEO of Shopify topped the list with a paycheck of over $205 million. For some Canadians, polar plunges have become a popular way to kick off the new year. CTV's Paul Hollingsworth looks at the risks and rewards.
With a dusting of snow covering the ice and a stiff winter breeze blowing across Dartmouth's Lake Bannock,
I'm feeling great.
Hundreds of polar bear swimmers rang in the new year.
Oh, it was great. It wasn't that cold. I've been in colder.
For some, the experience was not enjoyable or tolerable.
I was in there for 5 seconds, just my feet. Couldn't do it? I could not do it.
This swimmer tried it once.
Will you do it again?
No. New Year's Day polar bear swims are a yearly tradition across the country. In Toronto, the crowd was massive.
It was so cold. That was my first time doing that.
According to these polar bear dippers, this New Year's splash is both an emotional and extreme experience.
I love to see my friends taking on this challenge and not being at home, just being on the couch, but go out and do something.
Not to put a damper on the happy vibes, but there are health concerns to consider. Cold shock can lead to an elevated heart rate, spikes in blood pressure, and even heart attack for people with pre-existing medical conditions.
If this is not something you do regularly, I don't suggest you try it for the first time on New Year's. I think it is potentially very dangerous.
The organizer of this polar bear swim points to scientific evidence suggesting cold plunges support athletic recovery and help minimize anxiety and depression.
There's so many benefits mentally and physically. I do it for the mental benefits. When I go in and I get out, it's very challenging, but I just feel alive, feel amazing afterwards.
A jolting and refreshing way to wrap up 2025.
Happy New Year, Canada!
And start the new year with a splash. Paul Hollingsworth, CTV News, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia.
Coming up, a new year means new access to classic cartoons, which iconic characters and books are no longer under copyright. Next in Spotlight.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting the incredibly hip and the Stoneheads.
Colleen Brady has your Spotlight today. And Colleen, The Weeknd is sitting atop the music world in a very important category.
Oh, he sure is, Taylor. The Canadian singer-songwriter was the highest paid musician of 2025. Forbes says the superstar from Toronto earned $298 million over the past 12 months, Taylor. Coming in second was Taylor Swift, a different Taylor. She earned $202 million, and Beyonce, who earned $148 million last year alone.
Well, Merry Christmas to them.
Yes. Happy New Year to the three.
Speaking of New Year, there's actually another trove of classic characters, books, and movies that are now in the public domain.
That's right, and among the most recognizable, the original Betty Boop, whose iconic hoop earrings first took the form of floppy dog ears.
I have to have love, but when I'm having my love.
Also now in the public domain is the initial version of Disney's Pluto, who first went by the name Rover. Literary works include The Little Engine That Could and the first 4 books in the Nancy Drew detective series. And for film, the Academy Award winning Ward movie, that is, All Quiet on the Western Front, along with the first film to star John Wayne, The Big Trail, are also now in the public domain.
All classics, Colleen. Well, speaking of movies, King Charles is at the center of a new documentary, actually set to come out early this year.
That's right, and it focuses on his longtime environmentalism.
He was there at the beginning, saying the truth, and ultimately the world could see that he was right.
He upset a lot of people in authority, but His Majesty was speaking for a lot of us who just felt like we want to look at things differently.
The program speaks to the sense of determination the monarch feels to protect the planet and create a more sustainable future for the next generation. Finding Harmony, A King's Vision, is scheduled to be broadcast on Prime Video in more than 240 countries and territories worldwide in February.
Well, meanwhile, there's some great news for fans of the K-pop sensation BTS.
There sure is. Their long-awaited comeback date has been officially confirmed. We're dancing in the studio. The group will return with a new album on March 20th, and that will be followed by a worldwide tour, of course. It will be the first album featuring all the members in 3 years. BTS as a group has been on hiatus while all 7 members carried out South Korea's mandatory military service.
Boy, am I glad folks could not see my dancing there.
No, I saw it. You have some skills.
We were grooving.
Yes, we were.
Well, to the movies now. Box office revenue in Canada and the U.S. actually rose in 2025.
It sure did, Taylor, but by just 2%. A new ComScore report says ticket sales increased to nearly $9 billion in what is being called a small but significant gain. It comes despite long stretches of empty seats as well as several wide releases that failed to draw crowds. A number of franchises are hoping to keep sales up by offering membership deals to frequent customers.
Sounds interesting.
We'll see how they do.
Thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Your primetime lineup starts at 7 with Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. Then at 8 and 9, Project One Ray Canada. Happy's Place wraps things up at 10. It's all right here tonight on CTV. A live look at Portage Avenue there in front of Polo Park. You can see there is a vehicle of police, I believe, well, an emergency services vehicle nonetheless, with lights flashing there by the looks of it. On the south side of Portage, just be mindful of that for folks making their way eastbound. Right now in the city, it's minus 14 degrees.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon. CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
CTV weather specialist Colleen Brady has your complete Skywatch forecast. What are we in store for this weekend?
Would it shock you if I said snow? Because guess what? There's more of it on the way, and it's already reached a good swath of southwestern Manitoba. Not a lot of accumulation with this one. Forecast amounts generally in the 2 to 4 centimeter vicinity. Consider this the warm-up. There's a much more potent low-pressure system on the way, potent in so much as it will bring more snow over the weekend. But I'll zoom in first on the area. You can see it's coming from Saskatchewan. As I mentioned, it's taking this diagonal track, as have the last few rounds of snow that have come through, coming out of northern Alberta through Saskatchewan, past, you can see Saskatoon there and Regina, and now into southwestern Manitoba. Now in Brandon, it looks like the snow is all around, but Environment Canada's weather station out at the airport is not reporting snow at this point. Cloudy conditions, but that snow is going to get to Brandon and much of the rest of the south and into Winnipeg in the southeast before it makes its way into northwestern Ontario late tonight. But as you can see, no snow there, quite clear. But it is, it feels rather like minus 24 degrees when you factor in the wind chill in Kenora here in in Winnipeg, -22 is the current wind chill. And up in the north, not quite as bitterly cold as it was as we ended the year a few days ago, but still in the -30s is what it feels like for the most part. So here comes that snow. And again, look, you can see this diagonal track, and it will become very familiar to you because this is the track that the snow has been taking over the last few days and will continue to take as the snow keeps on coming until this eventually breaks down, this atmospheric pattern. But for the time being, the snow just continues to spread over the next few hours. As I mentioned, general amounts, 2 to 4 centimeters expected. It will continue overnight here in the southeast and into early tomorrow morning. It cuts out of northwestern Ontario pretty quickly as well. We'll brighten up after that, but the temperatures will drop as the sky gets brighter with the sunshine moving in. But by the time we get to overnight Saturday into Sunday, here comes the next round of snow. Now, at this point, it looks like we could see more like 5 to 10 centimeters of snow come through. And again, it looks like there's the possibility we could see some freezing rain or freezing drizzle return to those areas closer to the international border. -16 is our low tonight, 2 to 4 centimeters of snow forecast for Winnipeg. Likely to see a little bit of it trickle into tomorrow morning, Saturday morning. Then we'll see a mix of sun and cloud in the afternoon as the temperature falls to -17 degrees. Then we get that next round of snow that comes through Sunday. -10 is the high, and the temperature holds steady there Sunday night. -8 and cloudy Monday, -7 and cloudy Tuesday. Then we start to brighten up and warm up by the midweek. Let's take a look at our first weather photo. It takes us out to beautiful Bel Air and a look at the first sunset of 2026. That photo is from Andrew. And this is Bobby. Now, Cindy said they didn't quite have the energy to finish digging out that path. And it looks like Bobby's waiting. This is out in Steep Rock. Send us your weather photos to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
The CTV Skywatch Pick of the Day is brought to you by the Manitoba Chiropractors Association. We've got your back.
Well, speaking of furry friends, it's a new year, meaning new dog breeds.
AKC has announced that it has bought 3 breeds into full recognition, and those breeds are the Basset Fauve de Bretagne, the Russian Svetnaya Balanka, and the Teddy Roosevelt Terrier.
The Basset Fauve is a very old hound with French origins. They're said to be good hunters, diligent, and excellent companions. Meanwhile, the Russian breed is a sweet companion, playful and inquisitive. And the Teddy Roosevelt Terriers are, well, very active and have been around for a long time, hunting rodents in homes and on farms. So what does this recognition mean? Well, these dogs can now compete at the Westminster Dog Show. In total, the American Kennel Club recognizes 209 dog breeds. All so cute.
Very cute.
Makes me miss my doggy.
Yeah.
Not taking him to a show. He'd flop on his belly.
He's a big boy.
He would demand belly rubs. Wouldn't walk. He'd say, I'm too good for this.
Wow. And so he is, Taylor. He is.
Well, CTV National with Sandy Ronaldo starts now. We'll see you back here for CTV News at 6.